Hello, welcome to the December 5th meeting of the Environmental Commission for the City of Calabasas. I'm David Cohen, this term's chair of the commission, and I am so excited to be here in person. We had 3 years of just virtual meetings, and I'm so happy with the rest of my commissioners to be here present with all of you. We've got a nice big audience. So I'm going to jump right in. We're going to start off with a call to order, a roll call of the commission members. Commissioner Jagtiani.
Present.
Commissioner J.C. Shallam.
Present.
Commissioner Larissa Byrne.
Present.
Commissioner Schwartz is not here yet. Commissioner Cohen, I'm present. Student member Shapiro.
Present.
Present. And alternate member Parmar, I got message that he is at a basketball game. So, but thank you for everybody being here. And let's jump right into the Pledge of Allegiance so we can begin our meeting. So can all the students who are here help us out and rise and tell us what to do? If there's anybody who can... All right, face the flag over there. Hand over the heart. All right, guys, nice and loud. Ready? And go. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Awesome job. Thank you very much. I'm now going to make a request for the approval of the agenda.
I second that.
I second it. Did you motion? Yeah.
Oh,
It's okay. I second
I
it.
thought you motioned.
Beth moves and JC seconds. All in favor of the agenda, say aye.
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 Opposed? Seeing none. I now request a motion for the approval of the meeting summary from our October 30th meeting.
I'll make a motion to approve it.
Great.
I'll second.
Great. All in favor of since we've got a motion and a second, any discussion or comments or edits to the meeting notes from our previous meeting? Then let's go ahead and move right into the vote. All in favor of approving the meeting notes from our October 30th meeting, summarized by saying aye.
Aye.
Aye. Great. Will you do me a favor and read our mission, if I give it to you right here?
Sure.
Thank you so much.
The mission of the Environmental Commission of the City of Calabasas is to advise the City Council regarding the stewardship of our environment as it affects the character of the community and quality of life of our residents. We strive to balance those elements that influence the degree to which our community sustains its social, economic, and physical environment while maintaining and enhancing our natural and cultural resources.
Thank you so much. All right, we're now going to open up the floor for oral communication and public comment.
We have no public speakers at this moment.
No public speakers? Okay. For anyone who has never been here before, this is the same room where City Council has their meetings and all the different commissions meet. If you ever want to make comments about anything going on in the city, make sure you come here. And in the back of the room, there's a place where there's note cards. And you can fill out a card, hand it to the staff member, and it'll give you 2 minutes, 2 or 3 minutes, depending on the forum, to speak on whatever topic you'd like regarding things going on. So if there is anyone that wanted to say anything, make sure you do so at future meetings. Great. New staff introductions. It is very exciting. Phil, may I ask you to do the honors here since...
Yeah, it would be my pleasure, Mr. Chairman. I'd like to introduce Curtis Castle, the Public Works Director for the City of Calabasas. Curtis comes to us from the City of Santa Monica, and he is an engineer, perfectly experienced for the job of Public Works Director. So please welcome him for me, or with me.
Curtis, would you like to make a few comments or put you on the spot?
Phil, thanks for that fabulous introduction. And I'm just say I'm excited to be here. And there couldn't be a better meeting for my first meeting than to have all these kids here and these young minds and talking about the environment and showing off their art. So this is a really great intro. Thank you.
Absolutely. And I'm just going to give a little background that, again, there was COVID, and we had two retirements at high levels within the city specifically related to our commission. The person who would sit in that chair where Curtis is today, and the person who sat in Phil's chair, the person who the Curtis reported to, both retired just for different reasons, different times, but left us with a complete vacancy. So without staff, we've been handcuffed with a lot of the stuff we've wanted to do. So excited to have staff back, and we're excited about a lot of the programs coming up. Commissioner comments. You want to go first? Thanks, Noah.
I'd just like to say that the funds that were going to be transferred to Roots and Shoots officially got transferred the week before Thanksgiving break, so we can officially move forward with the process of getting a hydration station in the gym. And then on top of that, a teacher sent me a program this past week where there's these big, huge bins where people can drop off their clothes to be recycled, and then for each bin that is filled up, that organization plants a tree. So I'm going to talk to the principal at Calabasas and see if we can get a bin there, and then if that succeeds at the school, then possibly we can put them in different places around the city too. So we'll see.
That's great. I'm sorry I keep speaking, but I'm going to do it. For those of you who are younger than, how old are you, Noah? For those of you who are younger than 17, Noah is a senior at Calabasas High School. He is a fantastic member of this commission. He was actually on the commission last year and did a great job. And for those of you who aspire to sit up here as well, this year we had 5 or 6 awesome candidates for this spot, for these 2 spots, and 2 of the students that who we did not get chosen are sitting over there as well. They are leaders within our community, and they're going to be making a presentation on something they've started with battery recycling later in the meeting as well. But I really encourage you guys, if you have a chance, talk to Noah later or these other students and learn how you can get more involved. Other commissioners?
Hello, everyone. Welcome. I wanted to say welcome to Mr. Castle. It's exciting to have you here. We miss Alex, but it's nice to see the future coming. So welcome, and welcome to everyone here. I thought maybe I could share with you the next theme for the calendar contest, because we spend a lot of time thinking about it. So this one was Know Your Bins, was really how we wanted to have less waste at the landfill, because Calabasas has a landfill. And if you haven't gone, you can always go see. There's tours available, how much we can save and keep out of the landfill if we know our bins and use them correctly. But next year's theme is, how do I recycle in my life? So it's way more open-ended. We wanted you to have more creativity that way. But you can start thinking and sharing the ideas with your friends as well, because you're leaders now in this world of the environment, and we count on you to help us, okay? So welcome, and that's all I have for now.
Thank you very much, Beth. Larissa? JC?
I just want to say welcome, Curtis, and it's nice to have you join us here tonight, and thank you, Philip, obviously, for your guidance during that time, and thank you all for coming tonight. It's a big deal that you take time out of your day, and also it's a big deal for us to recognize the young people that participated in the contest, so thank you.
Great, and I'm just going to make a couple of comments as well. We're hoping to organize a tour of the Water District later in the year, so feel free to let the staff or any of us know if you're interested in participating. We had a booth at the Pumpkin Festival that was right next to the Water District, and we've done tours before with them, and it's really fascinating. I encourage people to join if you're interested. For those students, again, this is a lot more than just that you won because you drew a nice picture. This is about recycling, and this is something that people are paid. There were how many were turned? How many applicants were there initially?
There were 1,400 submissions.
1,400, and there are on this calendar. There are
14.
There are 14. There are 12 months plus the front and back cover. So there are 14 of you, 1,400. So that's 1,388 that are not here tonight. And so you need to do more than just be a superstar and a great artist. You need to tell your parents to do more recycling. You need to tell your teachers. You need to tell your classmates, because now you're officially ambassadors for us, for the Environmental Commission. So thank you. And Curtis, welcome as well. So excited to have you here and to work with you. Let's jump right in. Next order of business. Treya, do you want to take the lead on this?
Yes, so as we all know, we're here to recognize our winners for our recycling drawing calendar. As we just said, we had over 1,400 submissions from over 50 teachers in our City of Calabasas schools. And so thank you so much to everybody who submitted, all of the kids who participate, all of the teachers, all of the schools. It's really great to have that much support from our community. So if we want to take it away with our first presenter, Dakota.
Dakota, let me just set one rule. If everyone could start off by telling us your name and your grade and what school and maybe your teacher's name, that would be awesome.
Kindergarten and Billero. Dakota. Thank you for choosing me. I care about the earth so much because the earth helps us be alive. Trees give us oxygen. The sun gives us light and keeps us warm and makes plants grow. To help protect our earth, I pick up litter. I help Daddy take out the recycle bins. I take a bath with my baby brother to save water. I turn off the light when I leave the room. And when I grow up, I'm going to get an electric truck to help save the planet. If we all do a little bit, it can be a lot to help our earth. Thank you.
Ellie Mae.
Hi, my name is Ellie Mae Cohen, and I'm a first grader at Bay Laurel. Whenever there is toilet paper rolls, for an example, I find a recycle bucket and I make sure to put that in there. When I see scraps on the floor at school, I place it in the compost recycling bin. When I see a tap that's dripping with water, I make sure to close it fully so we don't waste any water. Recycling is important to me because if you don't do recycle, then the earth will not be good. If we put it back where it belongs, then the earth will be clean.
Oliver?
Hi, my name is Oliver McClure. I am in second grade at Lupin Hill Elementary. My school picks up lots of trash. The kids at my school are really good about putting the trash in the trash can and the recyclables in the recycling bin. This helps the environment because it keeps our school clean, and recycling reduces waste in our landfill. Thank you, City of Calabasas, for creating this recycling calendar. I really like drawing, and this is my second year my drawing was selected. I like that I can be part of something that helps the planet.
Lorenz?
Hi, my name is Lorenz and I go to Lupin Hill School and I'm in 3rd grade. Hello, my name is Lorenz Ursua and I teach my school how to know their bins. Recycle items such as lunch trays go in the blue bin with a triangle on it. Compost items such as food waste go in the green bins with a triangle with a leaf inside. Trash items such as wrappers go in the black bin and don't have any symbols. If we know our bins, we will improve the environment. Thank you.
Ava? Oh, we do have a note. I'm sorry.
Hello, my name is Ava Bushman. I am in the 4th grade at Lupin Hill Elementary. My teacher is Miss Wurzel. Thank you for selecting my picture for the calendar. I always recycle when needed, and when I see trash on the ground or tables at my school, I will pick it up and put it in the correct garbage can. Another way I recycle and help the environment is by taking reusable water bottles to school and sports practices so I can use less plastic.
Allison?
Hi, my name is Allison, a 3rd grader at Chaparral Elementary School. My teacher is Mr. Larkin. By the end of the day, of every day at school, after everyone has eaten lunch, there's so much trash. But if you use the recycling bin, the items can be reused and there will not be so much trash. I think my school can improve by adding a compost bins because many leftovers get thrown in the trash and end up in landfills and sometimes the ocean. When food and trash go to the landfill, it takes up lots of space. Eventually, there will be less and less room, which is very wasteful. Last year, I went to the landfill with my dad and realized how much trash we were making. It was so stinky and there were birds everywhere. I hope we can all do our part in recycling to reduce trash, and remember, we all win if we use the right bin.
Miriam?
I'm Miriam Mendelowitz, and I'm a 5th grader at Chaparral Elementary. It's so important to protect our environment, and one way to do that is to not litter. Leaving things on the ground or throwing things into oceans or rivers are extremely bad for our planet. Littering is the cause of extinction and pollution. It can affect the growth of plants and possibly kill them. It also makes the planet dirty and ruins the Earth's beauty. How can we avoid it? It's very easy. If you see trash around your neighborhood, pick it up. Also, always do your part of putting your garbage into the disposal bins. Remember, black bins are for trash, blue bins are for recycling, and green bins are for organics. I hope everyone can see that throwing away your trash in the right bins is essential. Thank you.
And now we will have Melody.
Hi, my name is Melody Houston, and I'm an 8th grader at A.E. Wright Middle School, and my teacher is Mr. Bostrom. I love recycling, and I actually think recycling is fun. For example, I reuse glass bottles for flower vases. At my home, my family separates recyclable items from the rest of the trash. We also drive an electric car and have solar panels on our roof. I believe it is important to keep our environment clean by knowing the different bins. Thank you.
Treya, yeah.
You guys, when you come up to speak, wait 1 second for your parents to get set up.
Aubrey?
Hi, my name is Aubrey Hink. I am 9 years old and I go to school at Baylor Elementary School. Thank you for picking me as one of the recycling poster winners. I love the earth and we need to keep it clean. Whenever I see trash on the ground, I get it, pick it up, and throw it in the trash. We also need to be very careful to keep the ocean clean so the animals in the ocean will stay safe. Everyone needs to do the right thing and you guys can help too. Thank you all again.
Is that everybody? Awesome. So thank you to everybody who came. Thank you to everybody who submitted. Thank you to all of our teachers. And let's take a picture.
So anyone who's been up and spoken, please come on up here, right in front of the, right in front of the dais here. Okay, so you guys, this is the city photographer, and wait, come in.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Wait, we're holding.
These are the people that couldn't be here. Benjamin and Brooke.
So other winners. Look at him. Just for the first one.
Don't look at your parents. Look at the. And if
They're so proud.
If enough of us call the acorn, this photo could be in the acorn. Okay, anybody who wants to get like individual photos, we can just take another minute if you want to. We can move out of the way and you can get the. Anybody who wants. Can all the teachers come up too? We want to get some photos with some of the teachers. What's that? Oh, mic? The mic isn't on? I'm going to give it to you right now. Yeah, did you get the other one?
Excuse me, everybody. Do we have our teachers still in the house? You can't get anybody's attention now. Forget it. Yeah, we want a picture. If we could get all the teachers up here for a photo when the kids are done. We'd like anybody who's here. What happened to our photographer? What's the photographer's name again? I know he's up there. Oh, there. I see myself. He ran out. Okay, can we have all of our teachers up to the front? Everybody, please. And commissioners, can we come back so we can do a photo? Do we have more than two of you? Do we have other teachers in the room? Yeah, we got our photographer. I thought there were more. I thought there were two.
Teachers for a photo with the commission?
Okay. Yeah, we have a few more teachers. If we could bring them on up here, we're going to get an official picture. And the commissioners, please.
Come in, teachers. Hey, thank you.
Commissioners, can you come back up to the dais, please?
Dawn, did you get the third one? You got all three?
We didn't realize it's such a big deal. We didn't know.
I mean,
I just typed it. I didn't.
I mean, worst case, Trey, I can just send it to all of us after. But I love the idea.
See you in the morning.
So will you speak at the podium? Thank you. Thank you, everybody who came. Anybody wants to stick around, feel free. No, I get it. Sydney's next, yeah. But then we'll forward it to everybody after. We'll just make an announcement that we'll send it to everybody. I mean, that's all that's here anyway at this point. All right, we're reconvening. That was very exciting. It's kind of hard to beat that. But along the theme of that, as I touched on earlier, we are very fortunate to have an alum of our commission, of our esteemed commission, in multiple capacities. She actually has a PowerPoint presentation. PowerPoint?
Yeah.
PowerPoint presentation. I'm old. It's Google or something, or Google Doc or PowerPoint, whatever.
Same difference, yeah.
She has a presentation. Unfortunately, it didn't download. So Treya will kindly send that to all of us later. And we will see some amazing photos of Sydney all over the world. So without further ado, I give you Sydney Bregman.
Okay, hi everyone. So basically, a couple months ago, David came up to me and told me that I should come here and inspire everyone, which I graduated college a few months ago. As of last week, I am unemployed. I have no ability to inspire at this point in time, but I am going to come here and kind of give you guys a rundown of my experience kind of throughout 6th grade up until now, so the past 10 years, and how my involvement with this commission and my experiences here have kind of changed the trajectory of my professional life. So it all started in 6th grade. My teacher told my whole class we were required to submit entries to this calendar competition, and I did. And to my surprise, I won. So then I did it again, and then I did it again. And before I knew it, for 3 consecutive years, I was coming here and I was standing right there and I was telling all of the commission why I cared about the environment and how awesome I thought nature was. And for some reason, David saw this spark in me where he said, that is a budding environmentalist. I'm going to drag her and she is going to be sitting as a student member one day. And he did just that, to be fair. He was very successful. I didn't even know that I was as passionate about the environment as he did. But I sat as a student member in 2019, and I also was involved in numerous aspects of environmental causes here. I was on the Roots and Shoots Club. I was the president of the Environmental Stewardship Club. I was a member of LVUSD's Environmental Stewardship Committee, and so on and so on. I did things here that really set me up for success in college. And before I knew it, I was at Cal Poly SLO earning a degree in environmental management and protection and a minor in biology. And I was kind of putting all of the experiences I gathered here into play in real life and into my college education. It was amazing, don't get me wrong, but totally different than what I expected it to be. I learned a lot of policy, not a policy person, learned a lot of biology. Biology was my worst subject in school. It was nothing like I expected it to be, but it definitely got me to where I am today, and I'm so grateful for all of these experiences. So without further ado, I'm going to try to spitball at you all of my experiences since 2019. Throughout school, I obviously did a lot of field work. I went to the beekeeping unit to learn how to tend bees. I went and grew crops to learn intercropping and sustainable agriculture. I went on field trips to vineyards. I did basically thing after thing, trying to immerse myself into the environment and understand by being there just what impacts humans have on the world and how I can help. In 2021, I went to Costa Rica on a research expedition to study sea turtle conservation, and I got this culturally immersive experience. I lived in a host family's house in a village called Ostional, and I witnessed mass breeding events called arribadas, where tens of thousands of sea turtles would come up on the beach, and we would study their reproductivity patterns and just all things turtle. And it really taught me the difference between preservation and conservation, which until then was fairly meaningless to me. But conservation there is harvesting eggs and legally selling them through the village for socioeconomic benefits. And you think that is so unproductive because you are taking potentially born sea turtles from the environment and you're using them for food. But it reduces poaching, it helps the villagers that aren't as well off, and it just had so many impacts. And I actually had the privilege of legally trying a sea turtle egg. Would never do it again. It is disgusting, but I did it. And in addition to that, I just got a whole handful of experience where I knew that traveling was what I needed to fully understand the capacity of environmental crises in our world. So upon graduation, I departed to Africa for 2 months, where I volunteered on a wildlife reserve. That is last July to September. So I basically learned all things reserve management. I learned rhino conservation, endangered species conservation, prescribed burns. You guys will see a lot of pictures on this. It was really hard to pick from them. I was scrolling through thousands of photos on my camera roll, and I was like, these few will do. They don't at all summarize my experience, but the reality is I don't think there's any words or any pictures I could show that could accurately show the depth of the impact that it had on me. I have so much respect for all the South Africans I worked with, all the Brits I worked with, everybody. It was just such a unique experience. And to backtrack a little, it definitely utilized a lot of skills that I got in college. Anybody that knows me, especially my family, knows that I have no ability to say no to anyone whatsoever. So anytime a job opportunity comes up, anytime a volunteer opportunity comes up, I am the first to take it. I fostered and trained service dogs for 2 years in college. I worked as a rehabilitation technician at a wildlife rehab center for a year in college. I worked at a vet. I volunteered at another wildlife rehab center. I worked on a food truck. I was involved in my sorority. I was involved in clubs. I tried to do it all. I did do it all. Didn't sleep much though, but can sleep now, I guess. But yeah, I really tried to do it all. I tackled it all. I learned triaging. I learned animal care, animal handling, animal rescue, release, whatever. And it was so essential for my growth as an environmentalist, for my growth as a conservationist, and for just me to better understand what wildlife I want to work with, what impacts I want to have on my environment. So I took that with me to Africa, and in the airport on my way back from Africa, I got an email that was a job offer for a position in Texas. And I had been in Africa for 2 months in extreme cold, extreme heat. I had no insulation. I had kind of improper living situations where it wasn't comfortable. And I hadn't had good food in 2 months. So, I was like, I'm really excited to go back to Calabasas and chill for a bit, but of course, can't say no. So I said yes to my job offer, and before I knew it, I was in Texas, and I was working as a range and wildlife technician on a ranch. It was 150,000 acres, and I did get lost many times, but I learned a lot of vegetation sampling work. I learned how to understand carrying capacity of certain lands. I learned how to properly capture deer. I learned how to orient myself properly. I learned directions, and I learned so many skills that I know will benefit me from here on out. This is where the issue is. This is where David said, inspire us, and I said, how? Because that was a week ago that I got back from Texas, and here I am, and the only plans I have from here on out is I'm going to Europe. I'm using what I earned in Texas to pay for a trip to Europe. That is it. I don't know what's from here. But that's also the reality of conservation. That's the reality of this field of work, is that you're not really going to know what trajectory you are on until you're experiencing it. Networking is essential, as I'm sure all of you guys know. It is the key to getting any position. It is the key to just everything in this field. And it has gotten me where I am, and I'm excited to see where it takes me. I know I will probably get a master's, I'll probably find a time to settle down. I've really learned that is not right now. I am so happy to continue doing seasonal work, jumping around, experiencing new things, and helping where I can. I hope that summarizes it. If anybody has any questions, you can either ask them now or you could reach out. I do have my contact info in that slideshow if you can ever send that out. But yes.
Sydney, thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. I just want to point out that sitting next to Sydney is her mom, Dawn, who not only supported Sydney when she was drawing recycling pictures and when she was sitting in Noah's chair, but Dawn sat on some of our subcommittees as well, and Dawn helped with some of the work that this body did. So thank you, Dawn. Great to see you. I look forward to getting that presentation. We'll forward that out to everybody. Next on the agenda is very exciting. I'm sorry that Whitney's not here for this, but this is a presentation by Daniel and Eli. We know both of you came and spoke or applied here. Daniel spoke, and very, very excited. We were all inspired by your battery project and want to hear more.
Thank you. All right. Yep. Okay. All right. So, hello, my name is Daniel Orlslan.
And I'm Eli Rebel.
And we're here today talking about A Student Battery Recycling Company, or ASBRC for short. We are here to kind of tell you a little bit about what we do, the problems we're solving, what we've done so far, and just kind of fill you in on who we are. We'd also like to let you know that we are nominated for the Carl Gibbs Environmental Excellence Award, which will be voted on later in the evening.
So the types of batteries you find around your household are, for the most part, alkaline batteries. This includes single A, double A, triple A, and zinc air-type batteries.
So the intricacies of a battery include a zinc anode, a magnesium dioxide, and an alkaline electrolyte. These sound like very serious terms, but they end up making up a large part of the battery. So the anode and the cathode are separated using a separator, and the entire system is housed in a metal can with a negative and positive terminal outlook.
So these household batteries are not able to be thrown away in the trash can or in the recycling. Their components, which Daniel just talked about, are very toxic to the environment. Sitting in landfills, they can seep into the soil and contaminate the groundwater. And water safety is something that's very important to the city of Calabasas. We put a lot of resources into making sure the water is clean and safe to drink.
So, who are we? ASBRC is a household battery recycling company where we are the connection point between household batteries and recycling plants. Our job is to collect used batteries from the drop-off places that people regularly are able to dispose their batteries and take them to these recycling plants. So we were founded in 2018, and we spent hours actualizing this project, from contacting school officials, building a website, to registering as a 501c3, which is the technical term for a nonprofit organization. We started with 10 pickup locations across LVUSD and have since expanded into 5 additional schools within our district, as well as the local senior center. Our largest drive is our Earth Day Battery Drive. This is the drive where we promote battery recycling through videos, flyers, and emails for students and parents to come drop off their household batteries in their LVUSD front offices. We then take these batteries to be disposed of safely. So this year we had our most successful Earth Day drive, where we collected almost 1,000 pounds of batteries and kept them out of landfills to recycle them safely. Yeah. Oh, and then our future plans. We plan to continue expansion across schools into other districts, as well as continuing to promote battery recycling throughout our schools that we are already a part of. In addition, we've talked with Noah about joining the Roots and Shoots Club in order to create a subdivision to promote battery recycling within the next generation as well.
There are multiple e-waste e-waste facilities that exist around Southern California that will take on your household alkaline batteries and recycle them properly. There are many reasons that people do not more often utilize these resources. For one, many people do not know of their existence. They do not know of the dangers of throwing batteries in the trash. Facilities can sometimes be too far of a drive, or they will charge for their services, and people can straight up be lazy sometimes. We do not recycle these batteries ourselves. Instead, we take them to a plant where they can be properly disposed of. We act as the middleman to get as many batteries as possible into these plants that would not have otherwise gotten there. We are creating a convenient way for the everyday person to get their batteries safely taken care of without them having to go too far out of their way to recycle them.
So our accomplishments. Over the past 4 years, we have recycled over 1 ton of batteries, which equates to about 40,000 individual batteries. So our last Earth Day drive, we recycled over 900 pounds, which is the most successful one we've had over the past 3 years. In total, we've expanded into 17 total locations, including the 15 LVUSD schools, the senior center, as well as the local Amazon office. Furthermore, we've received local media recognition from the Acorn and the Calabasas Style magazine multiple times for our efforts.
Our contact information is on the slideshow as well as our socials. Thank you for listening. Once again, we're a student battery recycling company. This is Daniel Orslan, and I'm Eli Rubel. Thank you.
Thanks. Are you guys able to take a few questions? Or
Yeah.
Does anybody have questions from commissioners? Or
I just want to say it's very impressive. Thank you for that. Is there anything that you won't take battery-wise?
Yes, we don't take any type of like car batteries, which that sounds like obviously not, but we have gotten those before. People have tried to donate car batteries or like the batteries that you put in like a phone or a portable charger. Yeah, none of those.
Okay, so only
Alkaline batteries.
Okay, alkaline.
Yeah.
Okay.
So like
great.
the AA, AAA mostly.
Right.
what about like hearing aid batteries?
Yes, those are the
Zinc ones.
the zinc airtight.
Right.
You do take them.
Like those little like flat ones.
The flat round ones, whatever.
Mhm, yeah.
Okay. Thank you for that
I've got a
clarification.
question. What happens with you guys are both seniors?
Yeah.
So where are we in 9 months? Where is this organization in 9 months? Or are you going to school locally?
So we're both looking to go to school locally. That's not a guarantee yet. But, well, one, we could bring this idea to college with us, which we have talked about doing, but it'll obviously depend on where we go and if we go together or separately. And we also both have little brothers. He has a brother that's a sophomore in high school right now, and then we both have an 8th grade brother that's at AC Stell going to be going into Calabasas High.
And then with the talking and the discussion that we've had with Noah about joining Roots and Shoots could be a potential way to continue ASBRC's efforts of collecting batteries, even if we do end up moving on.
Cool. Part of the reason I asked that was because, I don't know if you know this, but at our last meeting, we added a subcommittee specifically around your topic of the batteries. And my friend Larissa here is a member of that subcommittee.
My fellow commissioner doesn't happen to be here, but she was really passionate about developing some kind of a box and decorating it or making it obvious, visible, flat, some way so that we could maybe get more for you and have boxes for you that are put in strategic places. Because like at the last Earth Day, I think you remember, just having a bucket, a little jar with a couple batteries in it, spawned conversation after conversation. Everybody wanted to know, what do I do? What do I do with my batteries? And Whitney was really anxious and excited about us getting some kind of how we can support you guys in this effort for the city, really. And she and I will be contacting you. I got your contact from right here. And I'll let you guys know. I'll find out when we can get together.
Sounds good. Thank you. Would you like to say anything?
Yeah, so I feel like an idea is really just an idea, and it can only go as far as who knows about it. So I feel like the most important thing at this point in time for us is awareness and exposure. We've been in contact with the Caruso Foundation, with the new Commons Way, that they're going to be helping us out putting our collection containers in the new tent with the new tenants, and so just more stuff like that would be very, very helpful.
Yeah, so our most successful Earth Day drive last year, we set up large. Normally, our year-round containers are about this big, but we had very large containers where people dropped off grocery bags full of batteries, and that's I feel like the advertising that we did and the size of the box itself, I feel like really inspired the schools to bring in so many batteries.
And he mentioned that we did it with elementary schools. One tactic we did to get as much turnout as possible is we made like an incentive for them. So we came in contact with the principals of all these elementary schools across LVUSD, and they all agreed to offer a prize for their elementary schoolers if they were to raise the most amount. Most of them agreed on like a 15-minute extended recess one day. And we didn't end up counting the different, like who won, but we just told all the principals, give the kids extra recess if you feel, because we raised so much and they deserve it because it was such a great turnout.
Any other questions, Beth or Noah? Any comments? No. Well, we look forward to hearing more reports from our subcommittee. So make sure you guys do connect, certainly with Larissa, and we look forward to hearing more. Thank you, guys.
Awesome.
Thank you so much.
Next agenda item is voting on Environmental Excellence Award. I don't have information on the other. What's that?
Staff report?
Yeah. Is that? Oh. Oh. Technical difficulties here. Oh, perfect. Oh, yeah. But is there? Thank you. In terms of the nominations, is there somebody who speaks? Oh, perfect. Will you do me a favor and come on up and speak on this for us? This would be really helpful.
Of course. First of all, I'd like to commend these two young men for their innovative approach to recycling batteries. I think it's something we need desperately, so I congratulate you on your nomination. Esteemed members of the City of Calabasas Environmental Commission and fellow residents, it is an honor to address this commission today and advocate for the well-deserved nomination of Chef Tal Ronan, the visionary founder and owner of Crossroads Kitchen at the Commons, for the prestigious Carl Gibbs Environmental Excellence Award. In a city renowned for its trend-setting spirit and commitment to innovation, Chef Tal stands out not only for his culinary prowess, but also for his dedication to a sustainable and environmentally conscious lifestyle. 7 years ago, my family and I moved to this vibrant community and were captivated by so many things our beautiful city has to offer. But there was something missing. It was Chef Tal who filled that void by introducing our first fully plant-based culinary haven to the city of Calabasas. Today, I stand here not just as a resident, but as a witness to the positive environmental impact that Chef Tal's contributions have made. His commitment to the environment is not merely a culinary choice, it's a holistic lifestyle. Crossroads Kitchen is more than a gastronomic delight, it's a living testament to the positive environmental aspects of a plant-based diet. A recent study published by the Yale University School of Environment in July of this year revealed that vegan diets have 1/4 the climate impact of meat compared to meat-heavy diets. Chef Tal's culinary creations embody this commitment to sustainability, reducing water usage, curbing pollution, and mitigating greenhouse gas emissions, all aligned with the values of our environmentally conscious city. Additionally, the restaurant offers compostable straws for diners, as well as recyclable paper goods and potato silverware for to-go meals. As we confront the urgent need to address climate change, Chef Tal Ronan's nomination for the Carl Gibbs Environmental Excellence Award is not only timely, but profoundly significant. His work extends beyond the walls of his restaurant, echoing the findings of the Yale study, emphasizing the pivotal role of transitioning to a more plant-based society in averting catastrophic global disasters. A best-selling author and the co-creator of Kite Hill products, Chef Tal has not only brought exquisite plant-based options to our plates, but has also contributed to the ongoing conversation surrounding sustainable living. His vision resonates with the objectives of the Environmental Commission, and his efforts align with the pressing environmental challenges we face as a community. In conclusion, I urge the Environmental Commission to wholeheartedly endorse and celebrate Chef Tal Ronan's nomination. His culinary excellence and commitment to sustainability are not just commendable, they are an inspiration for our city and beyond. Chef Tal has demonstrated that the most delectable decisions are often the ones that align with the well-being of our planet. Thank you for your time, consideration, and commitment to the environmental well-being of our city.
Thank you. Well, I have to admit that I was not fully prepared for that, but literally 2 hours ago, I bought a gift card for someone for Crossroads. So that's awesome. Wow. Do you believe?
A question real quick. What was your name? My name's Rose Beamer. So you are Rose Beamer, okay.
I don't know Chef Tal personally. I only know him from frequenting the restaurant and a huge fan of his food.
Okay, yeah, because you didn't say your name at the beginning, but I was wondering if that was you. Okay, Rose Beamer, for the record.
I'm the teacher and assistant head of school.
Thank you.
I was just about to ask, do you have any idea if the chef would show up if he ends up?
Sorry, can you repeat the question, please?
If we end up voting for the chef for the Carl Gibbs Award, do you know if he would end up showing up?
I assume he would be honored. I provided his email address, and I'm happy to reach out to him as well.
Are there questions?
I gained nothing from this nomination, by the way. I just think he's great.
That's awesome.
Yep.
That's awesome. I love the citizens standing up.
Thank you for taking the time to write it and share it with us and bring it to our attention. That's what this is all about. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, Rose. So, for those of you who, since we've got Curtis and some new folks, I'm going to just give a little bit of a background about this award. This award, the Environmental Excellence Award, was named after someone who sat on this very commission for many, many years, a gentleman named Carl Gibbs. And he was a leader, he had been a chair, and was inspiring to people throughout the community. So the Environmental Commission decided to dedicate the Environmental Excellence Award to him, or in his honor, and name it after him. So, some of the people I've sat on the commission with actually served with him and have told amazing stories about Carl Gibbs, and so it's been a nice legacy. In the years that I've observed, award recipients have included teachers at the high school who have taught environmental classes in the science programs. It's included leaders in the community. It's included people like yourselves who have introduced programs and inspired others. LVUSD, the Environmental Stewardship Committee, which during COVID kind of got cobwebbed or whatever, but that was a recipient of the award. And so it's really an impressive list. There are people who have helped with anticoagulant rodenticide fighting and poison-free organizations and numerous other causes. There have been years where one person has been the recipient, and there have been years where there's been more than one recipient. Last year, one of our past environmental commissioners was a recipient, as well as, help me with her name?
Melina Watts.
Melina,
she's our
thank you.
watershed coordinator.
Exactly, watershed coordinator, who's, if her vision comes to light, we will once again have fish swimming from the ocean to Calabasas. So, so I am now prepared to, I guess, have votes, or how do
So,
you?
Really quick, let's kind of take a step back and
Yeah.
introduce both of our nominees. So one of our nominees, Chef Tall, we have heard one of our community members speak on his behalf in favor of giving him the award. Our other nominee is the Student Battery Recycling Company, which, apologies, I keep calling it a club. It is a company. I'll get that fixed. And they were nominated by Carol Davis. And the nomination forms are available in the packets, and they talk about what they're doing for the community, what they're doing in terms of environmental excellence. So now it's up to the commissioners to vote by each entity and consider what they're doing, if what they're doing is worthy of this award. So we're going to start by voting on one of them, and then we will switch and vote to the other one.
Okay, I like that. So it's not a competition. It's
Correct.
Not, okay, I like
They're
that. I
competing
like-
with themselves.
Terrific. Everyone's clear on that? Okay, so is it all right for them to be in the room? Is it okay for everyone to be in the yeah. All right, so.
So we'll need a motion and a second to start the vote.
Okay, so
for
to start discussion,
Chef
we should have a motion and a second. So I'll make a motion to, we'll start with the battery recycling club, a student battery recycling club business.
Company.
Damn it. I will make that motion. Is there a second?
I second.
Thank you, Larissa. You better if you're on the darn subcommittee. All right, we're now open for discussion. JC, kick us off.
Well, I didn't, no one came here to speak, but I am reading the application, and I actually really respect Carol Davis, who submitted this, and she works very closely with the community, so I would think that her judgment and for her taking the time to submit this means that they're a worthy candidate.
Thank you. Another comment? Noah?
I cannot vote, but I would just like to say, before they created this company, none of me or my other peers or classmates knew how to recycle batteries. So what they've done for kids like me and like the kids in elementary school and give us an outlet to learn and recycle our batteries is huge for the environment and for the community overall.
Oh, nicely done. You guys owe Noah big. Larissa?
I could not be more impressed, okay? I really, young people like you guys, it restores my faith in the future, okay? Just know that. I really think it's an awesome thing you're doing. I hope you keep it going here, in the schools here, and wherever you go. It matters. Thanks.
Any thoughts, Beth?
Yeah, I'm excited that we have a younger person to honor, a younger company to honor. I think it's a positive thing. They've been around for 4 years, causing positive change in our city. It fits one of our categories of solid waste and recycling. They have a vision and a plan, and I'd love to honor them, yeah.
Great. I'll just make a comment. I too share a heck of a lot of respect for Carol Davis, and the fact that you guys have gotten into the senior center as well as the schools, I think is great, because this is, you're not just targeting one population. I think that the testament to your success is the fact that you inspired our commission to form a subcommittee. So we're planning on this being something that's sustainable, no pun intended. But that's it. Let's go ahead and vote.
I'll make a motion to vote to award the Carl Gibbs Award to a student, a battery.
Well, we actually have a motion and a second already on that.
To vote?
Oh, you called the question? To just move into the vote?
Oh.
Yeah, go for it. All right.
We sure?
Yeah, it's fine.
I'll make a motion to vote for the Carl Gibbs Award to be given to a student battery recycling company.
I second that motion.
Great. All right, so that's effectively, like in Robert's rules, that's effectively calling the question. So we'll just go right into vote. Okay. All in favor? I guess, should we go one by one, or just, you know what, let's just do all in favor. Curtis, do you have a comment? No. All in favor of awarding the Carl Gibbs Award to a Student Battery Recycling Club? We may have to work on that, by the way. Company. Damn it. Please signify by saying aye.
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 Congratulations.
Yay.
Let's move on to the other nominee,
Chef Tall Ronan.
Chef Tall.
So we'll need a motion in a second, and then we'll discuss, and then we'll vote.
Fine. I will again make a motion pending Chef Tall inviting us all to eat at Crossroads. Is there a second for the motion that we nominate Chef Tall and Crossroads Restaurant?
I second that.
All right, we're open for discussion.
Well,
Kick it
I
off,
think
Beth.
it's lovely. I attended one city event and they catered the food. Remember, JC, you were there? That was Mary
Sue's
Yeah.
farewell. Yeah.
So I've had that experience, which was the food was made with like love and just like thought and strategy, and even the way they were served in the reusable, decompostable plates. And then I've been to the restaurant once as well and had a lovely experience. I think it's an anchor in our society. A lot of people talk about it and like it. And so that fits the category of, yeah, we put it in there as forestation and other. But I really liked that idea of it's something different that we haven't really honored with the Carl Gibbs Award as like a store in our city. So I like that idea.
Thank you.
Yeah, I will comment that I also have never been to the restaurant. However, I do know that it is very popular here in the city. It's a quality establishment for our city, and the fact that it is so environmentally conscious makes it a good candidate for this award. The fact that somebody from the community thought enough about it to do that, I also think that says a lot. You know, participation in what we do here matters. So I would say that this is a very interesting and different choice, and I like that idea. So that's all I got to say.
Thanks, JC. Any comments?
I love the sustainability factor and the utensils, all of it. I haven't yet had the pleasure, but I will now, so thanks for coming forward.
Have you tried Crossroads yet? We may have to go there before you graduate. So that's on the list. I will make a comment, which is that one of the other subcommittees that we just formed, in addition to the battery subcommittee that Larissa sits on, is Green Business and Sustainable Homes, which I sit on. And so just as that business is tied directly in with that subcommittee, so too is we have been charged with trying to honor our environmentally friendly businesses. And what better way than to kick it off with a place like that? So I also support that, and that's my comment. And look forward to all of us eating there. Rose. All right, you want to call the question again, Beth? And you don't need to. If we're done with discussion. Any other discussion? All right, then let's move right into the vote. All in favor of awarding the Carl Gibbs Environmental Excellence Award to Chef Tall and his establishment, a student battery, no, just kidding, Crossroads Restaurant in the Commons. I know there's other Crossroads, but we're specifically focusing on our local one. All in favor, please signify by saying aye.
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 It, again, seems to be unanimous. So congratulations. Please extend that. We will look forward. Hopefully he can make it to our next meeting and shed some light on how he was inspired, or tell us a little bit more about. It appears that only 2 of us have eaten there, so perhaps we can change that.
But will the city reach out to him, Treya?
Yes, the city is reaching out.
Perfect. But make sure you put that plug in about the fact that only 2 of us have eaten there. Thank you very, very much. Thank you for the nomination. Thank you guys for inspiring all of us again, and love that you're getting some recognition for it. So I look forward to hearing more from the subcommittee. We're going to move on to Resolution 2023-01, rescinding the 2022-01 and setting meeting dates. Treya, can you help me out with this one?
Yes. So
Please.
2022 commissioners signed a resolution putting setting our meeting dates and the time. So what this resolution is looking to do is switching the time from starting at 7 p.m. to 6 p.m.
Oh, cool.
So this came about because the 2 public works commissions are the only ones that start at 7 o'clock. Environmental Commission and Traffic and Transportation Commission. At the end of the previous TTC commission, they requested that the time be moved to 6, which we'll be introducing at their January meeting, and staff felt it was appropriate to bring the question to Environmental Commission as well.
Thank you for that. Let me make the motion, since we're going to vote on the resolution. So I'll make a motion in support of rescinding the 22 and jumping into the 23. So I'll go ahead and make a motion. We need a second to move into discussion.
I second that. Oh.
All right, we have a second and a third. Now we're in discussion. I'm just going to ask the first question, which is, are staff okay with this? Does staff support the 6 p.m. versus 7 p.m. time?
Staff supports this.
Does staff prefer that?
Staff prefers this.
Got
Staff
it.
prefers it. Oh, okay.
So does JC.
What's that?
So does JC.
So does JC. Yeah, I support it. We get to bed earlier. Yeah. Oh, terrific. Is there any negative to this, other than the fact that we get more time for dinner at certain locations of vegan restaurants next door?
The only negative would be if any of our current commissioners, could not make that time for whatever reason.
Uh-huh.
That is not an issue for me.
Not an issue. Noah, is that?
It's not an issue for me.
All right. And the commissioner, the 2 commissioners who are not here are out of luck. So
it seems beneficial too, because then when we have students come, it's earlier in the day.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's better for getting audience members, I'm sure.
So can I ask a question? These attachments are just the various resolutions that have to be rescinded?
So one of the attachments is the resolution created by City Council that gives the commissions the guidelines between which they can create their times and dates. So essentially, you can't start the meeting before 5 o'clock, and the meeting should not go past 10 o'clock.
Okay, I see. And then, okay. I just wanted to make sure that I understood what those resolutions were for.
And
Okay.
then another resolution is the old resolution, which
And
is
then
the
the
one
new
we are
res- and then the
rescinding.
rules.
And then the
Okay.
new one, correct.
Okay, I just wanted to clarify for those of you that may or may not have read them. Resolutions.
For those of you who can actually know how to open your computer.
Yeah.
Can there be a computer
I like to know what
class?
we're voting on, so.
Great. Other discussion? Other questions? Any comments from staff? Great. All in favor of the resolution, which essentially changes our meeting time from 7 p.m. to 6 p.m., please signify by saying aye.
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 Aye. Cool. Great. Unanimously passes. And Noah, thank you for expressing your opinion as a student member as well. Your being here is critical. All right. We move on. The next piece of agenda is the update on the city activities and projects.
All right, so we have just a few updates for you since our previous meeting, not the special meeting, but the meeting before. To start off with, Lost Virgins Green Street is in full swing. A reminder that we are installing bioswale, parking lot with 100 parking spaces, and a new trail to connect to the Lost Virgins open space. Currently, we are working on cul-de-sac construction, and the rough grading is complete on the first phase. There are 3 phases to this. What we're calling phase 3 is at the northern terminus of the street, and that's where we're starting. That's the first phase. And we will continue to provide updates on that. And then Las Virgenes Creek Restoration Phase 3, you're going to be hearing a lot about this upcoming year. We are going to naturalize our concrete channels. We're trying to remove as much concrete as we can, including probably soft bottoming the channel that you see in the picture. Other than that, we're removing debris, invasive species, fish barriers, so that once Syringe Dam is removed, those fish can come up as Melina's plan is. And we will also install a new trail. We need a lot of funding for this, and funding requires a lot of public outreach. So our upcoming outreach, we have just scheduled our first creek tour to be on January 20th, which is a Saturday. And we will be inviting members of the community to attend that. We'll walk the entire creek, point out things that we want to do with it, point out things that we've done with the creek so far. We will also be making a presentation on it at the public forum on February 29th. And then all of our projects are funded grants, general fund, and Metro local return. And that's all I have for you tonight.
Questions for staff on this?
I have a quick question. So it's sort of tied into the public forum. So the plan to do this first creek tour on the 20th.
Correct.
Could we be thinking potentially about another date you could publicize at the forum? Just keep that in mind, because I think that's tied into our theme, and we'll talk a little bit more about that when we get there. But
Maybe in the evening.
and then the outreach for the 20th. What's the plan in terms of getting the community notified, and then how many people can you take on the creek tour?
Probably about 20 to 30 people will take, and we have a lot of people to invite. We have all of our commissions that are kind of tied to this. We'll invite the Environmental Commission, of course, council members if they're interested. We also have the Parks and Rec Commission that we'll invite. We also have members of our watershed and neighboring cities who are very interested in this project.
Great, thank you.
So that one will be kind of more business-based, it seems like?
A little bit,
not so much schools and kids center.
Not as much the kids, no. It'll be more business, more kind of more adult. If kids want to come, they're free, but it is a 1.5 miles down the trail, so it is more geared towards
I did do the tour with
adults.
Alex, and I really loved it. And I've always thought about taking our Girl Scout troop, and I think that people don't realize how much our city has to offer. Even the fact that we planted all those oak trees along the path was so cool. And I still will go there and run to exercise. So I'd love it if we could get more incentives, that more people there. It's a beautiful trail that I see some people on, maybe on the whole run 4 people.
Yes, and we do want to plan a more family-friendly version of it.
I'd love to help you with that.
We also took in Whitney's suggestion on the calendar, and there is now a section in there that talks about things that families can do on the weekend, and one of those is walk Las Virgenes Creek.
Yes.
I am also trying to plan a creek cleanup, which will be great for our Girl Scouts, for our schools, for everybody, and that will be another introduction into it.
Good.
Well, the last creek cleanup was there at the creek, the last one we did, and I do think that both the cleanup and a more community-oriented tour can certainly be tied into the public forum, and I think that will work really nicely. So, yeah, the cleanup is I think people know what that is, and they immediately want to participate, so let's keep that in mind.
Yeah, because it's a concrete way to help, and they don't have to do the whole walk. But even if they walk halfway.
Yeah, and people do, because the whole idea, there's this, in the past done this thing, what's the weirdest thing you're going to find down there? And, people love that. So they start invading the creek area. So, I'm out there every day. It's a beautiful walk, and more people need to see it. So, yeah, this is a way to do that.
I have a question. So you were saying that they're removing cement. That sounds like something that only professionals are going to be doing. Is there more, I guess, like the creek cleanup, is there more that we can reach out to citizens to be participating in?
The creek cleanup itself is really the best way to get the community involved. Other than that, that's kind of going towards our public outreach to do the capital improvement project that is required to do those bigger aspects, creating the new trail and building and tearing out that old concrete.
Well, I love that we're kind of partnering with Park and Rec. That's something the fact that you kind of bring multiple commissions together, I think is great on this. Any other questions or? And you neglected to mention that Friday there is a city holiday party that we're assuming we're going to see all of you at. Do you get to come to that, Phil? Darn right. All right. Any other staff reports?
My last one.
Before we move on to the next agenda meeting, are you guys about to head out? Can we, you know what, let's just take a 2-minute break because Larissa wants to just chat with them real quick. So we're going to just take a real quick 2-minute break. It's 8:21. You have till 8:24. You are welcome. You're welcome. And we're back. All right, let's thank you for the staff reports. We're now going to move into subcommittee reports. There may be a few extra comments, but the ones that were listed here on the agenda are, let's start with Pumpkin Festival. Pumpkin Festival is JC and Larissa.
Well, at our last meeting, we actually did talk about the results of the Pumpkin Festival. So what I submitted on behalf of Larissa and myself is a full event review. So it's now part of the record, so should we ever look back later, we'll have it. So, and there's no plan yet for 2024. Lots of things to be done first. So that's it.
Well, as someone who attended many pumpkin festivals, that I commend our subcommittee for and staff for a terrific pumpkin festival.
Thank you. Yeah, we were pretty proud of it, and everybody participated, and that was the best part about it. And yeah, it was real good.
Great. Any comment for your subcommittee? Okay. The annual environmental forum. Drum roll.
Me again. Me and Beth again, I should say. So we have submitted our preliminary outline on what we would like to do, and I did bring up some of that earlier in terms of what we want to do is bring in organizations that have established initiatives here in the city, which follows a theme, but also has some type of volunteer component to it or an after action activity, so that when we bring people in to hear them speak and to hear their program, that they have something they can do to follow up later. And so we identified some of the key people around here. The city will also obviously will be a component to that. And our next step will be to reach out and start vetting some people to do it that have actual programs and have, and then if we don't have them be part of the panel, they will then have a vendor table. So hopefully we'll have more vendor tables this time. And so I think it rained cats and dogs last time, so hopefully this time we won't be in that position. But we were pretty successful, and we're on a good trajectory. Beth, comments?
Yeah, I agree. I'm very excited about it. I think we have the ideas, and the vision is exciting, and I think we'll all learn something and be inspired after. We're just going to keep working towards it.
That's the key.
Great. And the date of that again is, for the record, is February 29th.
Correct.
Yep.
Great. Is student involvement in that, or there will be?
Yeah. There can be, yeah.
Awesome. Thank you. Arbor Day. Yeah, Arbor Day is, the date of that is March 16th. And remind me where it is this year?
We'll be doing it at De Anza Park.
De Anza, okay. Okay, so we'll be able to show off perhaps some of the trail work and things like that.
Correct.
Okay, and we have made it through each of the LVUSD schools with Arbor Days.
Correct. Lupin Hill this past year was our last LVUSD school.
Great. Great. Prior to that, for those that don't know, Arbor Day every single year was at Gates Canyon Park, which half the people who live in Calabasas don't even know where that is. Yeah, it's a great park with Brandon's Village, and city's doing a lot of great things there. Yeah.
Well, it's up on the west side, up off of Thousand Oaks Boulevard, so.
Yeah, but it's a hidden treasure. But I'm really proud that we were able, that in large part because of this commission, we were able to move Arbor Day and make it something that was more accessible by moving it around the city. So I'm excited for Arbor Day and De Anza Park. Stay tuned for more details from that exciting subcommittee. And commission request for outside presentations. Is that me? So one of my, here's one of my, I don't know that that's necessarily a subcommittee. Let's.
So that's.
Oh, it says
our
other
next
updates. I'm sorry, I
agenda
read out
item.
of turn. I skipped to number 10. Sorry, that was my bad. Other updates. I'm just going to pull out real quick. Any comments from Native Plants, Beth or Whitney? I'm just going to zip through. Whitney's not here, but if anybody has anything, climate action is on hold. But Curtis, now that you're here, you and I are going to be, you and Larissa and I, we have been waiting anxiously, chomping at the bit, bugging the heck out of Phil and Treya. So, and I think the new mayor is being installed in a week, and I think that hopefully this is high on her agenda. So we look forward to jumping back in and taking this. It's been on the back burner, so hopefully we get this going. Water conservation, nothing right now. This is, when it rains, people forget that we live in a desert. Public forum we got Arbor Day, Earth Day. JC?
We have a date, April 13th.
April 13th, thank you. Student recycling, we just had that one. Pumpkin Festival we heard from. Student Task Force. Noah, we Beth and I spoke earlier, and we're going to connect with you and try to start connecting with some of the younger students and get people in line so that we have a successful, so next year is as successful as this year in bringing candidates for your spot. Green business and sustainable homes there's no comments yet, and the battery subcommittee. We'll look forward to hearing more. We got a lot of really exciting, vibrant subcommittees. And I want to actually make a comment along those lines that one of the things that I had spoken to Phil about is trying to encourage people to join. Sydney Bregman, who spoke, her mom was involved in subcommittee where we looked at electric vehicle charging stations in the city, and there was prior to this subcommittee working on it, there was no map of where all the electric charging stations were. And so it was really helpful having a lot of citizens involved. I think that the Native Plant Subcommittee does a great job of bringing in other citizens, and I'm just personally encouraging all of us to try to grow our subcommittees beyond just being me and Larissa, me and Beth.
So David, why don't you take a 5-minute slot at the forum and introduce where the public can join in on subcommittees?
I love that.
5 minutes or so, you don't have to go, but then maybe you'll be ready with like a graphic or something to show, and then that way people can hear it, because, the room was full last year. That's what we're hoping to do again this year, and that's the key.
That's a great terrific idea. Yeah. Great. And I also want to encourage all of us to reach out to our city council members as we enter 2024 and just say, are there issues here that, there's a lot going on that our city council members don't realize that we've got so much going on, batteries and vegan restaurants, and we're a very dynamic, alive commission. So let's make sure that our city council members realize it. Recommendations for future meeting items, presentations.
We do have 2 presentations slated for February. One of them will be on the city's proposed environmentally sustainable procurement policy, which council has requested that this commission look and provide comments to them about. And then the other one is by Caltrout on the Ringe Dam removal. And then if there's any other presentations that the commission would like to request at this time, we can put it on the agenda.
So would the Ringe Dam include the water district? Would they be part of that or no?
No, the Ringe Dam is, they're working with a few other groups. Do you remember offhand? But they're not working with the water district.
One thing I would love to see would be someone from Waste Management who could come here and explain the difference between a blue bin and a black bin. Because I have people all the time asking me, why does LA have their trash black and their recycling blue, and Calabasas has their trash blue and recycling black? And there are streets where one side is Calabasas and one side is Woodland Hills, and you literally, if you're out for a walk and you're going to throw your trash away, depending on which side of the street you are on. So I would love them to just come and give us a primer. And also I have people asking me, like food waste. Like, you should put food waste in the green bin, but then it's liquid food waste.
Vendor for the forum. Vendor for the forum. Let's get them out at the forum. Put them in a table. Let them explain it.
I love it.
Yep.
I love it. JC.
We're building the forum right here at the dais.
JC came to play.
That's right.
Are there other ideas, commissioners? Noah, anything you'd like to hear about?
No, I really like the waste management idea with the bins.
Cool. You know, I would love to get a presentation from students. I would love to see that. If not, when your workload is not too heavy, not during your sports season, not during school site council meetings or whatever, right? But I think you add a lot, your cohort, and letting us know about the battery thing, letting us know about roots and shoots and whatever's going on at the school, and how we can help. Because in past years, the city provided recycling bins on campus. Some of the council members helped with hydration stations on campus, and I know the city was involved with the purple pipes with gray water, to water the grass at the. And so it might be helpful to have a student presentation. Again, giving you in the future when you have time to prepare for it, if that's Navin as well. But that's something I would, if it's reasonable to do that. It could be a short thing. Other thoughts?
On subcommittees? No.
No. On like guest speakers.
No.
Okay.
Not at this time.
Okay. All right, then let's move on. Let's see, recommendation for future meetings. Council requests the Environmental Commission to establish a program that recognizes sustainable homes.
Sorry, Chair, that version I gave you is a little bit old, so we just completed
We've got that. We've got
item.
that subcommittee.
Correct.
We're good. But that subcommittee needs a co-chair. So if anyone so desires, of course they'll have to work with me. So that may be a negative right there. But anyway, there is a vacancy, and meetings for that will be taking place at an unidentified vegan restaurant within about 100 yards of here. All right, so that's that program. Presentation on the Ringe Dam. B. Treya. Recommendation for, you already, that's coming in February. C. Presentation on. Anything else? All right, we'll if you have ideas, please submit them to Treya or me. And D, commission request for outside presentation. All right, we've covered that. Guys, I'm at the end of my agenda.
I have a comment I want to make
Please.
for a closing comment.
Please, closing comments.
I wanted to share with everyone here, a lot of people don't even know this yet, I was recently appointed to the North Santa Monica Bay Watershed Steering Committee as the community advocate. I've been appointed. I applied and got appointed. I was recommended by Peter Kraut to do this. I'm very excited about it. I know that Tatiana serves on the board. I know that they are connected with, Molina is very connected with that, and I'm looking forward to hopefully learning more about what they're doing over there and bringing it here so that we can do some collaboration. And the first meeting is next week, so
Congratulations.
thank you.
Please do bring us back information.
I will.
Yeah, we represent.
How often
Represent
do you
the
meet?
people.
JC, how often are the meetings?
They meet monthly,
Oh,
but
nice.
not every month, apparently. So, and it's a fairly large committee, steering committee, and there's supposed to be 2 community advocates. At this point, I thought there was only just me for now, but it'll be interesting to see how they want to view the role of a person in the community. And plus, you know, I have quite a bit of experience working with, you know, bringing issues forward here in the city, and so I'm hoping that I can utilize that experience there, and then also find out, you know, how we can collaborate, as I said. So, very excited.
Nice. Larissa.
I just have a quick comment. 60 seconds is all I need, and it's in recognition of someone who is responsible for many of us who have been serving at the city in the last several years. And John Sawara passed away on Saturday, and he leaves behind a wife and children and grandchildren, and but he leaves behind a legacy, and this is it. We learned how not to complain but to get involved, how not to sit around and gossip but to come forward and to speak up and to educate ourselves and to do our best to work. And John's #1 goal was that we will be respectful to each other, to the people of the city, and I think he lived that in the most amazing way. So the reason many of us are here that came from the coalition are because he wanted us to be involved in our own communities and do it with respect for each other. And I just want to say, you know, he's a hero of mine, and I think he did a lot.
Thank you.
We will
Thank you, Larissa,
Thank you.
for John.
Great. Beth, anything else, or Noah?
That was really nice. I've met him a couple times, so I was sad to hear that. I am curious, going into our February 6th meeting, is it 6 p.m.? Like, now we're good to go?
Correct. It'll
Great.
now be 6 p.m. I will just eventually need Mr. Chair's signature on that, but now that you guys have voted, it'll be set to go.
Terrific. And great. All right. Our next meeting is February 6th. I know that there's the swearing in of the new, on the 13th, of the mayor. In terms of swearing in of our positions, you'll let us know if there's things that we need to be aware of for commission, like.
We're on for 2 years, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. Okay.
So we're not re-sworn in this year. We're already in for 2 years.
So we can't get out?
You can always get out, David. But no, you don't have to be re-sworn in, though.
All right, thank you for clarifying that. All right, without any other business, I guess we will adjourn this meeting at 8:40. Next time it'll be 7:40. Thank you.